Good evening. It's 6 o'clock on Friday, August 19th, 2016. Welcome and thank you for joining us tonight for the English edition of Aura News, where we bring you today's top stories translated into English every weeknight. The Ad Hoc Commission on Judicial Reform is expected to gather again on Monday. The experts will give their proposals to the members of the commission in regards to how Euralis and Optat responded to the Democratic Party's opinions concerning the vetting law for judges and prosecutors. Monday's meeting of the Ad Hoc Commission will also have the law on the judiciary's organization and the Special Anti-Corruption Unit on its agenda. It is also expected to determine whether a plenary session will be held next week to vote for the vetting law. The Assembly has already made 2 dates available for the plenary session, August 25th and August 29th. Without the vetting law in place, it was impossible for the President to draw lots to appoint members to the Judicial Council. The Democratic Party continues to make statements against the police chiefs, accusing them of being involved in narcotics trafficking. Again, the Democratic Party Secretary for Public Order and Security said that police leaders are not doing their duty, but are instead managing the drug business, stating the implication of the police chiefs in the cannabis business is based on Eddie Rama's plan to take 30% for every plant of cannabis. The implication of the police leaders in this business is dramatic. We have denounced the names and the areas where Eddie Rama's police chiefs have turned into drug managers. The report from the intelligence services of our partners gives names and data for the people involved. The Democratic Party Secretary for Public Order and Security said. He also said that citizen safety is no longer a priority for police officers, but drug trafficking and guarding the plantations is now their priority. This is why police officers who work with dedication and integrity are being humiliated. The country is being ruled by drugs and crime. This is not what the citizens want. The Albanian people want a better country where the rule of law and honest jobs dominate. Albania will be better without Eddie Rama, said the Democratic Party Secretary for Public Order and Security. Before the government made the decision to tax online purchases above the value of 22 euros, people used to wait in line for hours to receive their packages. Long lines were present throughout the day, with the same situation being repeated almost every day. However, after the government's tax went into force on August 3rd, the situation has changed. In the post office set aside for receiving packages, roughly 6 people came to receive ordered products in a 90-minute period. Citizens' interest in purchasing online has fallen sharply. Faced with such a situation, the Albanian Post has officially responded in opposition to the government's decision, stating that the 22 euro limit should be increased, as is currently seen elsewhere in the world. Part of the official response reads, "We have always thought that the online commerce should be encouraged by increasing the threshold of customs exemption as a global trend, which reduces costs and satisfies customers' expectations and their needs." The government's decision for online purchases also affects an increase in bureaucracy for citizens who have to carry out part of the tax procedures at customs. The Albanian Post Office reports that starting next week, these procedures will be carried out in its offices for only a modest fee. The Albanian Post emphasizes its position that online trade poses a significant flow of revenue for the Post, and as a public company that depends on the state, meaning that the government's decision significantly reduces this source of income. On the other hand, traders are satisfied with the government's decision. Albania's trade union officially sent a letter to the Minister of Finance thanking him and expressing their support for reducing the taxable limit for online purchases. The Ministry of Finance responded today to the concern raised by the Albanian Post and the citizens, in which they asked for a reduction of the tax for online purchases over 22 euros. The ministry explains that the initiative is in accordance with the European Union guidelines and that the 22 euro mark is in harmony with all EU and regional countries. The ministry also explains that the government's decision to tax online purchases over 22 euros began after August 3rd, and that the citizens do not have to pay the tax for purchases they made before this date. regarding the procedures to follow, the ministry explains that the General Customs Directory, in cooperation with the Albanian Post, is working to make the procedures easier for the citizens. The Central Election Commission announced that only 2 candidates registered for the Dibra mayor elections, one from the left-wing coalition, the Alliance for European Albania, and the other from the right-wing coalition, the Popular Alliance for Work and Dignity. With the registration of these candidates, the race for mayor of Dibra has been formalized. The electoral campaign is expected to intensify by the beginning of the coming week, when the Prime Minister and Chairman of the Socialist Party, Edi Rama, will go to Dibra to support the left-wing coalition's candidate. All the necessary measures have been taken to establish the voting centers, which will be held in schools, healthcare centers, and a few private businesses. According to voting lists compiled by the Dibra municipality, 57,044 voters are expected to vote on September 11th to elect the new mayor after the former mayor, Shukri Jalili, was dismissed by a government decision after being involved in a sexual scandal. The former mayor of Dibra asked a young female employee to exchange sexual favors for a job, and the video scandal was made public at the Aura news program, The Unexposed. Shkodran's mayor spoke against the Albanian government today, accusing it of discriminating against his city. According to the mayor of Shkodra, the government has allocated fewer funds for this municipality than for other cities. She also added that the measures against floods are being covered by the municipal budget. The funds allocated for Shkodra City Hall are about 5,000 lek per capita. The funds given are 3 to 4 times lower than the other administrative units with the same population level, she said. According to Shkodra's mayor, there is a response for everything that is happening, and it is related to corruption. She said that the government is plunged in corruption and added that they who tend to stay clean are being penalized. In a system that is plunged in corruption, those who want to stay clean and not become part of the system are penalized, Shkodra's mayor declared during the inspection of work for a 3-kilometer draining, cleaning, and adjustment channel. On August 26th, the municipality of Shkodra will apply to obtain funds for investments for 4 new projects. That's all for our English edition this evening. Please join us again Monday through Saturday at 6 p.m. for your local news in English. My name is Mari, and on behalf of Aura News, thank you and good night.